Okay, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Today we are going to learn about the integrated skills. Means we will come near to the end of this unit 5. The title for this integrated skill is making a time capsule. Okay, making a time capsule. So what is time capsule actually? Time capsule is actually a box, okay, that we keep all the items and a letter that will be opened in the future. Okay, it will tell someone who find the time capsule about what will happen to us, to yourself, or to our country, or to something else, okay, in the future. Okay, so to know more about time capsule, so let's read this article. Tell people in the future about your life now. So this time capsule is about your life. Here's how to make a time capsule. Choose some everyday things, put them in a box, and leave them in a secret place for someone in the future to find. The person who finds the box will learn about what life is like now by looking at the things. Okay, we talk about the future, but when someone open the box, okay, it will be right now. Okay, dia akan buka pada masa hadapan, pada masa itulah yang ditetapkan. So you will need 5 to 6 things to be think. Apakah 5 atau 6 perkara yang anda fikirkan yang akan berlaku pada diri anda in the future? Okay, you need a paper, a pen and some pencils, a box, a plastic bag, strong tape and a permanent marker pen. Okay, number 1, choose 5 to 6 things that show what life is like now and what things that need electronic equipment to work. Don't forget, CD players and computers will be very different in the future. So you can put a thing, okay, except for technologies item, because maybe it can't be used in the future. Okay, can be used in the future. Okay. Okay, so number 2, write a letter to the finder at the time capsule. So someone have to find the time capsule in the future. So write a letter to him or maybe to yourself. And then number 3, put the things and the letter in a box, dalam satu kotak, in a box or in a case, a durable box, kotak atau bekas yang tahan lasak, tahan lama. And then number 4, put the box in a plastic bag and seal it with a strong tape. Letakkan di dalam beg plastik dan kita selotipkan dia supaya dia tidak reput, tidak terdedah kepada cuaca dan sebagainya. And then number 5, write your names, today's date and the date you want the box to be open and the bag on the bag. Use a permanent marker pen so that people will be able to read it in 50 years time. Okay, tulis menggunakan permanent marker, pen marker, supaya mereka boleh lihat dia 50 tahun akan datang. Number 6, make a hole in the garden and bury your time capsule. So, kita kena tanam dia di dalam tanah. Boleh ke tanam di tempat lain? Boleh. Okay, as long as kita boleh tahu di manakah tempat kita letakkan simpan time capsule tersebut. Number 7, draw a map to show where your time capsule is. Keep it somewhere safe. Okay, macam Tun Dr. Sri Mahathir Mohamad, Datuk Seri Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, dia menyimpan time capsule pada tahun 2021 di mana ya? Di Putrajaya untuk dibuka oleh seseorang. Okay, pada tahun ini. So, and then number 8, now try to forget about it and later after 10 years or 20 years later you open it back. So that's the step on how to make your own time capsule. So number 1, read the time information about making a time capsule. Look at the pictures. Which thing wouldn't you put in a time capsule? Why not? Okay, for example, this thing is a brochure. Brochure, pizza brochure. So it's not suitable to put in the time capsule because it will be rotten. It will rotten. Okay, akan mereput. Dan maybe the letter cannot be read anymore. Can you read anymore? And then shillings, coins. Okay, we cannot put coins in the time capsule kerana dia akan berkarat. Same as to photos and CDs, for example. Okay, maybe the CD cannot be read anymore, and the photos, the color will be warna ni akan luntur. Okay, so we go back to the second question. Read the text again and answer the question. If you make a time capsule, what will it show people in the future? Apa yang akan ditunjukkan pada masa hadapan? So, can look at the word here. The first paragraph, the person who finds the box will learn about what life is like now. So, you can answer the question number 1. Okay, what life is like now? Okay, and then question 2, a letter. What will you put in the box with your chosen object? Okay, you should put a letter, satu surat, a letter to describe about the what you call the item and what your expectation during about 10 years later in the future. Okay, for number 3 and numbers 8 until 8, you have to find out the answer by yourself. I just give you the hints orally. Okay, secara lisan saja. So, anda kena jawab sendirilah. What will you put in the box into? Okay, kotak akan disimpan di dalam plastik. What 2 dates will you write on it? Apakah 2 tarikh yang anda akan tulis pada surat tersebut? Okay, you can find out the answers here. Write your name, today's date, and the date you want the box to be opened. Okay, so that will answer the question 4. Number 5, what will you need a special? Why will you need a special kind of pen to write on it? Okay, kenapa perlukan pen yang special? Because use a permanent marker so that people will able to read it in 50 years time. Okay, boleh dibaca walaupun telah dibuka pada masa yang lama. So I need for you to answer all the questions by yourself. So now let's go to the question 3. Listen to a teacher talking to her class about a time capsule project. How many time capsules will the class make? So you can listen to the audio. 2.21.
Unit 5. Integrated Skills. Making a time capsule. Exercise 3.
Right. For this week's project, we're going to make a time capsule. First, can you all remember what a time capsule is? Come on, everyone. We talked about time capsules last lesson. Yes, Lizzie.
It's when we put some things in a box and hide it somewhere so that people in the future can find it.
That's right. The idea is that many years from now, people will find what we put in the box and learn more about our life now, at the beginning of the 21st century. So, in a minute, you're going to work in pairs. In your pairs, you're going to talk together about the things you think would show people what life is like today. And then each pair is going to write down the 2 best things from the ones you have discussed. Then your homework is to find one of the things you chose together and to bring it to the next lesson on Monday. You'll have to decide together who is going to bring what, so that you don't both bring the same thing. Then on Monday, we'll choose the 6 most interesting things and we'll put them in our time capsule.
Will we bury it somewhere, miss?
Yes, but not on Monday. On Monday, we'll look at the things you bring in, choose the 6 most interesting, and put them in the box. Finally, in Wednesday's lesson, we'll bury our time capsule. That will be something else for you to think about. The best place to bury our time capsule. But don't worry about that at the moment. Okay, now, you've got 15 minutes to talk about and decide on your two things. You can make notes if you want, but you don't have to.
Okay, thank you for the audio. So, how many times capsules will the class make? Berapa kali kita perlu buat capsule? If you listen carefully, actually, they only have to make one capsule. Hanya satu sahaja. Okay? And by listening carefully to the audio, actually, you have to know the order to use this conjunction. For example, first, then, next, in a minute, and finally. Okay. So when you talk about the steps, so you can use first, and then, next, after that, in a minute, and lastly, finally. So you can use this if you want to write your writing skill. Okay. For question 4, listen again and choose the correct answers. Okay, number 1. The student will work. The student will work. A. Alone. B. In pairs. Okay, by listen to the audio, actually, the student will work in pairs. Secara berpasangan. 2 orang lah. So the answer is B. So let's answer this question. Question 3, the answer is 1. Hanya satu sahaja time capsule yang mereka perlu buat. For question 4, okay, number 1 is B, in pairs. So number 2, number 3 and number 4, find out by yourself by listening to the audio. So that's all for question or the exercise on page 58. Okay, next we go to the next question, question 8. You have to answer question 5 and question 8 on page 59. So the skills that will be evaluated is writing and speaking. So first, you have to listen to this audio to complete question 5, to complete the dialogue between a girl and a boy. Okay, so let's listen this audio.
Unit 5. Integrated skills. Making suggestions. Exercise 5.
So, what shall we put in the time capsule?
How about a CD? Then people in the future will know what kind of music we listen to.
But people in the future probably won't be able to play CDs. There won't be CD players then.
Yes, you're right. I didn't think of that.
I know. What about a menu from a restaurant?
What's interesting about that?
It'll show people in the future what food we ate.
That's a good idea. Maybe they won't have pizza in 50 years' time.
Exactly.
We could also put in a copy of today's newspaper, so people can see what's happened in the world.
Great. That's 2 things. Now let's think of one more.
How about a photo of us?
Okay, that's the audio about between the 2 persons. So, by completing the dialogue, okay, how about the boy reply to the question. So, what shall we put in the time capsule? How about a? Okay, number 1, if you listen, the answer is a CD. Then people in the future will know what kind of music we listen to. So for question 1, for question 5. Okay, question 5. Okay, number 1 is CD, compact disc. Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 will be answered by you, by yourself. Okay, then we go to the question 8. Write a new dialogue. Write a new dialogue. We write both parts. Use the dialogue in exercise 5 to help you. Okay, so just copy this dialogue again, but you change it to your idea. For examples, you can use the first person. For example, you can write down like this. Okay, person 1. Okay, person 1. So you just copy back the question and the dialogue. So what shall we put in the time capsule? So that's the dialogue for the first dialogue. And then for the person 1, then you go to the person 2. How about what? Maybe you change to other than CD. How about mobile phone? How about a tab, for example? A tab. Galaxy tab, Samsung Galaxy tab, for example. So something that then people in the future will know what kind of, then people in the future will know. Okay, will know how it's like. How is our life right now through video. Kamu boleh ubah-ubah sesuai sedikit. Okay, ikut kesesuaian idea anda. So how about a tab? Then people in the future will know how is our life right now through videos. Maksudnya mereka boleh lihat video-video yang disimpan di dalam tab tersebut. Okay, so anda boleh ubah dialog tersebut as long as it's related about a time capsule. So I want you to complete this dialogue by copy and change a little bit. Tukar sikit-sikit. Okay, I don't want to use the same item, the same idea from this dialogue. Okay, so you can go to the question 3, person 2, person 1. Okay, but people in the future probably won't be able. But the people in the future will not be able blah 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 until you complete all the dialogues here. So I want you to complete these dialogues by choosing your own idea. Okay, that's all for exercise on page 59. Thank you.